So, unfortunately, whenever you live with somebody or you stay in a relationship with somebody who settled for you, this is what ends up happening. And the reason why that is because when somebody doesn't like you, you sense it. You sense that nothing you do is enough. They're trying to mentally do mental gymnastics to stay with you. But since they don't really like you, they express their frustration and the pain they feel the pain they feel by being with you, and the frustration of not having what they want. They express it through hurting you. You see what I'm trying to say? Unfortunately, a lot of us settle. And Jada Smith, unfortunately, she settled for Will Smith. As crazy as that sounds, she settled for them. She wanted Tupac. Tupac and Will Smith are complete opposite in terms of public image. Tupac appearing like the bad boy. Tupac appearing like the gangster, he wasn't. Will Smith looking like the good guy, looking like the kind of guy that you will bring to your mama. And many times she told Will Smith and even us that she still loved Tupac. And deep down, everybody knows that she would want to get back with Tupac if he was still alive. So unfortunately, Will Smith was just somebody she settled with. And when somebody settles for you, they make you feel insecure. They make you feel the lack of love that they have for you, and you feel it because you feel that insecurity. And Will Smith even said it, man, many times, where nothing he did felt like it was enough for this woman, right? And the reason why she treated him that way is because she just didn't like him. And this is why when somebody's acting inconsistent, when somebody doesn't show you how much they like you, when somebody when somebody doesn't treat you the right way, you don't stay. Because what they're trying to do, they're pushing you away. You do not stay. Because over time, you're going to develop needy habits. Over time, you're going to develop this habit of trying to please him. And most likely, perhaps, I don't know about his family, Will Smith, but maybe that's how his mom was. And that's why he stayed. Maybe Jada reminded him of his mom. I don't know Will Smith's relationship with his mom. Let me Google that, man. Let's find out. Will Smith's relationship with mom. Let's see what they say. Will Smith has similar relationship with his mother. In many red carpet, Will brings his mother, and we all can see the happiness. Yeah, let me see. She enjoys spending time. Will Smith reveals guilt from not protecting his mom from abuse. Is it? Let me see. Abuse. So his mother was abused, right? Okay, maybe not. I mean, I was seeing maybe he had a shitty relationship with his mom, but the point is that clearly there's something that he likes about being with a woman who doesn't like him that much. The point is that he might be trying to get internal validation by winning over somebody who he feels he hasn't won over. Sometimes that is the case. Sometimes when everybody loves you, you gravitate towards the one that doesn't love you. And that's how people get mind fucked. They get mind fucked by dating people who don't love them. Like they develop those habits, and that's why a lot of the strategies that I teach mimic that. Like, I'm not gonna lie, it's kind of evil. Like it's kind of evil, you know what I'm saying? It is kind of evil. But the reason why I teach is because there's some psychological principles behind it. I hope some of you guys don't use it for evil, which unfortunately that's inevitable. But that's how she did it. But I can promise you, if Jada Smith loved Will Smith, she wouldn't be able to mindfuck him. Well, the way that she's mindfucking him is an unconscious reaction to somebody who we don't like, but we're settling for. Because there's some benefits by being with Will Smith. There's some clout by being with Will Smith. We don't know who this bitch is if it wasn't for Will Smith. That's a fact. We wouldn't know who she is. So most likely she stayed because she kind of liked him as a person, but also because there's some benefits to it. They are this myths. And there's some clout that comes from that, you know? Look, notice the people who didn't love you back. You actually worked really hard for the validation. When somebody is half-assed loving you, you naturally tend to feel that insecurity. Especially if they verbally say especially if they verbally express that they like you, and then non-verbally through their behavior show you how they really feel. It mind fucks you because you're trying to piece the pieces together, and then they just don't add up, which leads to frustration, which leads to you thinking about this person more, which leads to you to getting very emotional, very sensitive. And that's what Will unfortunately has gone through. And the problem is that he let himself go through that. He stayed with that woman. And that's why I tell you, ladies, like I always say, never stay with somebody who doesn't show you they like you a lot. Don't stay with somebody who kind of shows you they like you. Don't stay with somebody who shows you that they like you today, but then they get in a bad mood and they're distant. No, fuck that, because you're putting yourself through emotional abuse. And also learn from this. These principles say a lot about human nature and how we become attracted to some people. It's not healthy, but they say a lot because you can clearly see somebody obsessed with somebody who hurts them. You know, it says something about people. It says, one, humans forgive a lot easier than people expect. People will say, I will never stay with somebody who cheats on me until it happens. You know what I'm saying? It's one thing what they say versus how they respond. Humans are very fickle, insecure, and they easily forgive people who they love. All right? So once you understand that principle, you also understand that pain causes people to think of you a lot more. Pain, especially if it's mixed in with pleasure, causes people to think of you way more than somebody who provides pleasure. So when you combine all of these things, and also the subtle signs that the person doesn't like you, because you express that you don't like the person in subtle ways. That's why when you go on a date with somebody that you don't like, you tend to notice they like you more. But when you go on a date with somebody that you like a lot, you tend to notice that sometimes they don't like you. Why? Because when we like somebody, we unconsciously show signs that we like the person. And that comes, and those signs are outside of your control. Some signs you could control, right? By like you could be going like this and then snap yourself out of it, like, oh shit, oh fuck, you know, right? But there are signs you can't control, like your high pitched voice, right? Or your tendency to talk a lot. Right, or your tendency to face them towards them, your pupils dilating, you being emotionally reactive to them, you smiling a lot, you laughing a lot, the intensity of you laughing, the quickness of you talking, how much attention you're paying on them versus the environment. When you don't like the person, you don't look at them that much because you don't want to see the motherfucker. But when you like the person, your pupils dilate to take in more of that light, to observe them more, you focus more. And people feel that. It's actually, they feel that impression. And sometimes those behavior kind of turns people off. It like sometimes it doesn't when they don't like you. But when they're 50-50 about you and they see those signs, sometimes they get turned off. That's why you got to be self-aware of these signs and pull away. But also be self-aware of those signs to mimic it. So when you're on a date with somebody that you like, you could say, okay, I know the signs. I know these signs turned them off. What do I do if I don't like the person? And then imitate that behavior, right? Say I stand back a little bit more, I talk a little bit slower, I look away a little bit more, I don't make as much eye contact. I talk slower, I respond slower, I move slower, I blink slower. Everything is slower because you don't give a fuck. But when the person observes you behaving that way, they respond to that behavior. Sometimes, not always, with them liking you more, with them perceiving you as having higher value. See what I'm trying to say? So how Jada did it is not rocket science. She just settled. It's miserable for her because she's looking at him. And I can promise you, many times when they had sex, she was thinking of Tupac. All right. Sometimes I can promise you, she might even mentally imagine that she's looking at Tupac when she's with Will, especially since she lost him through death, which causes pain. And remember, he gave her pleasure, which creates a love obsession, especially if you're dating somebody that's the complete opposite. So you're always comparing him to Tupac. Tupac becomes like an idealized version of a man to her, a phantom that she can't touch, a figment of her imagination that she would never see in real life. You know, so both are miserable. I would recommend, if I was coaching them, break up with each other. You guys are not meant for each other. Both of you guys are toxic. Both of you guys don't love each other. Why waste your time being together? You know what I'm saying? Why do it? Why? Because people don't want to be alone and public perception. And she's using him for clout. That's just a fact. If Will stays with her, that's on him, but it says a lot about him. It says a lot about human nature. We all have masochistic tendencies. We can't judge it because we all do that in one way or another. So hold your judgment, because at the end of the day, they're just humans trying to get through this confusing life we call life. You know? Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you're in that type of situation, leave. You can't win. If a person doesn't love you after 3 or 4 months, move on. You can't change their minds. That same person might meet somebody and they might love them in 1 month. It's not about time. It's about how do you guys biologically interact with each other. That is outside of your control. All right? Anyways, that's my take on this. And if you guys want to work with me one-on-one and get coaching, go to mindfucks.org to get coaching by me. And if you don't do that, I'm closing this channel. Stay toxic. All right, ladies and gentlemen. So I want you guys to check out my new course called Nice Girl. It's available for purchase right now. Okay. This course I specifically made for women who consider themselves nice, for women who are too forgiving, for women who let other people guilt trip them easily, for women who always give people the benefit of the doubt but always end up getting played. This course will teach you about people's actual manipulations, about the strategies that people use to extort from you, to take from you without you getting anything in return. Because nice people are in abundance in the world. And nice people, unfortunately, if they allow their nature to guide their lives, they will become bitter because they'll end up seeing that their niceness never leads to anything. So the goal of being a nice person is to get people to like you. But sometimes it has actual backward effects. Like it actually creates what you're trying to avoid. So this course will teach nice girls how to get what they want through being more assertive, how to express themselves, how to not get played, how to identify manipulation, how to reverse manipulation. So if you're somebody who's always had that consistently in their lives, who are always people pleaser, who are always being passive aggressive, this course will teach you how to communicate all of those things that you want to communicate with people without getting played. Okay, I'll teach you how to be more assertive. I'll teach you how to identify disrespect, because when you're a nice person, you have a hard time understanding when people are being disrespectful because you're seeing the world through insecurity. You want to be liked, and so when somebody doesn't like you, you sort of twist it around in a weird way. So I show you how to see disrespect. I show you how to stand up for yourself. I show you how to deter aggressors. I show you how to avoid sending signs of weakness and how to send signs of strength, right? And I even show you a meditation on how to become more assertive. Check it out. It's a course that it's not a super long course because I made it that length for a reason. I don't want to overburden you with too much information. This is just straight to the point. If you watch this course, you will get the results. This is not a 5-hour course. Okay, this is like a 2.5-hour course. I think it's 2 hours or something like that. And the reason why that is because it's straight to the point. Okay, so if you watch that course, do what the videos say. You will over time overcome your niceness. Okay, purchase it now. In the description down below, you'll see where it says "Purchase Nice Girl." It's only $99, and there's a 30-day money back guarantee. No questions asked. You'll get your money back. Okay, because if you don't get it back, I'm closing the channel. That's for sure. All right, so I'll see you guys inside, and I hope you guys enjoy that course.